Hey guys, it's Gabby. I want to welcome you back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and I invited my mom. Say hello.
Hi.
We're going to be doing an aperitivo. What that loosely translates to is like a happy hour. So we have a nice charcuterie board here, and we have some two wines. We have a red and we have a white. The main purpose of this video today is I kind of want to help you understand why wines go together and which wines go with what cheeses. So this is not, textbook. It kind of goes on what your palate and what you like. So I'm just trying to help you, guide you in the right direction, especially since the weather's getting nicer and you want to go outside and, drink more, have snacks with friends outside. So that's what we're going to do today. So I want to go over what's on our board. So I want to start with some cheeses. So I have a little note. So we have a Capra di Cabra goat cheese. So it's a really soft, pungent goat cheese, really creamy. Then we have a really hard aged Gouda. It's aged 9 months. And then we have a Camembert cheese, which is soft cheese. It's like in between of like a Emmental and a Brie. If those cheese had a baby, you get a Camembert. And then we have some Danish blue cheese. It's made with buttermilk as opposed to regular milk. We have some fig preserves. I'll explain later why we have this. And we have some prosciutto, some spicy capicola, and then we have some black pepper Genoa salami, and very neutral flavored crackers. So that's what's making up our board. All right, and then we have the two wines. We have our Shiraz, which is an Australian wine, black pepper flavor with like a berry note. And then we have some very sweet Riesling. And it's been chilled, but it's only chilled mildly. You don't ever want your wine to be super cold because then you lose the taste. And this is mildly chilled. It's like room temperature. So, Mom, which one do you want to get started with first?
Let's start with the red.
All right.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, I also want to note it's very nice out today.
Yep.
So,
Spring day.
first we're going to do is have a sip and talk about the wine. Cheers.
Viva free quarantine.
This is super peppery.
Peppery.
Super peppery. So,
Full body too.
definitely. And you can tell it isn't very acidic at all.
No.
And so, it was in between two different types of Shirazes at the store. There was a 2014 and a 2018. If you don't know, the older the wine, the smoother it tastes. So I chose this solely because it was 2014. Yeah, I think it's a really good wine. And it's a bit darker in color, and that's how you can kind of tell. So with this, the reason we chose these two wines because fig complements both of these wines. Fig is a very sweet yet, what would you describe a fig as? Like it's a sweet fruit, but it's kind of like apricot-y, and the plum have a baby and you get a fig.
Yeah, I would describe it like that.
It's just a very interesting note, but the sweetness of it really complements the Shiraz and the Riesling, so that's why we got a fruit that could do both. Specifically for Shiraz, you want a hard cheese, so we chose Gouda. So I'm going to prepare myself, my mom and I, a cracker that has Gouda cheese and fig, and then I think we'll have a little bit of the peppered salami. Alright, do you want to try the cheese first?
Okay. No. Amazing.
Oh wow, that's such a good cheese!
It's good cheese.
That's a really good cheese.
Really good cheese.
Okay.
Wow.
So I'm gonna put some fig on the cracker. Okay, so before we eat, I just want to explain something. When you're eating something that gastronomically goes together, you should not get an astringent taste in the back of your throat. It should be completely smooth. So I already know this goes together, but we're just going to prove that when you eat it, it washes down really smooth. Okay, so let's have a bite first. First of all, I must say that the cheese and fig together goes really good in itself.
It's a nice marriage.
Although I wouldn't buy these crackers again.
I would like maybe, yeah, crackers not bad, but it doesn't work well with this complement here of the cheese and the fig.
Yeah. But I like that. Okay, so now we're going to take, now I have like a sweet, nutty taste in my mouth. Wow. The taste of the wine is going to transform. First it's going to hit your tongue and it's going to have one taste. Then the wine is going to coat the area that has the sweet taste in the back of your tongue and it changes taste. You notice what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's just like a rolling mountain.
That was really good. Oh, I want some pepper salami. Okay, it's just regular Genoa salami. But Shiraz in general goes well with darker meats or like a barbecued or a peppered meat. So let's see.
You know, the pepper in the pepper, it's kind of a party. You have to chew it longer.
I think maybe I was just so blown. I have such high expectations.
No, the pepper in the pepper. It's an explosion actually. It's like pow, pepper. But that's nice.
That was good. Okay, so a cheese that can kind of go in between, not necessarily, doesn't necessarily go together, but kind of can, is the Camembert cheese. So I'm being optimistic. We're going to try the Camembert. It's a very soft cheese. Alright, let's try this.
It almost looks a little like a brie.
Almost. It's a soft white rind cheese. Alright, let's talk about this cheese. It has tang.
That's tang, but I guess because I was blown away by the Gouda, it's plain Jane. It definitely fits the season for spring and summer. It's light. I could see it with a white wine.
It's light, it's springy. It doesn't compare to the Gouda. The Gouda was much better.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Alright, but now we have the cheese, we have the taste of the cheese in our mouth. So now we're gonna try it. It's not going to match as well. I can tell you that. I mean, it can go.
It can go. It would not be my first choice.
How about this? Let's say if I'm having a happy hour with the girls, and this pairing was put together, I wouldn't be mad at it. But let's say if I went to a restaurant and they gave this to me as a pairing, I would be kind of disappointed.
Yeah. You know, it's not a bad cheese, don't get me wrong. It doesn't have all the bell and whistles that I'm expecting. But it's,
I think you could.
I think it's in its class on its own.
I agree.
Alright.
Alright, so what do we want to do? Do we want to go to the white now, or do we want to try the... I know this wine is not going to go well with the goat cheese, so I don't even want to try it. Do we want to try it with the blue cheese?
Sure. Let's try it with the blue cheese.
I love blue cheese. I love Roquefort. I love Gorgonzola. This one looks very rotted and full of
flavor.
Bacteria.
Okay, thumbs up.
That is a good cheese.
That's a good cheese. Ah.
You know, now that I'm eating this may go good with the red.
Alright, let's pour it.
It may. Oh, wrong one. Thank you. Let me just make sure we're still recording. I'd be upset. Nah. Alright, we only have 5 minutes left before I have to go back.
May I have another piece of cheese?
Absolutely.
That's intense. Oh, but it's so nice. wish you were here joining us.
It's a lovely day out. It's the
First time you
nice
could
day.
go out, not wear a mask.
So I still have the flavor of cheese in my mouth. There's super rich, creamy cheese. I don't think if it wasn't a buttermilk cheese, because buttermilk like naturally tastes a bit sour. So I think that that helped curate the cheese.
It's just, you know what? It melts in your mouth and the flavor is intense. The intensity stays on the top of the palate as well on the sides of your tongue. It's just so rich and velvety. It's really amazing.
Let's go.
All right.
And typically blue cheese or gorgonzola would go well with a port wine. So let's see. So when you do take a sip, you instantly get the acidic taste in the back of your throat. But it goes away,
Yeah.
right? It goes away and then leaves a really nice note on your tongue, right?
I would definitely pair that. I would even eat it with a cracker.
Okay, so what?
Nice.
So we would say out of all, so we're not gonna try the goat cheese. We know that the goat cheese does not go well with it. But the Gouda and the Camembert and the blue cheese, right? Which would you say?
I really, of the 3 cheeses we tasted today, that Gouda was amazing. I'm sorry, it's a tie between the Gouda and the blue cheese. You're asking my favorite?
Your favorite?
Oh boy. The Gouda. The blue cheese, it's very close. But the Gouda, I do have a sweet tooth. So for me, the Gouda and the fig was an amazing compliment with this wine.
I think so, right?
I really enjoyed that.
Okay, so we've settled it. I agree with that too. I think the Gouda worked best, especially with the fig and the Shiraz wine. So it's just to go over this, this is a South Australian wine, 2014, medium body, not aged that long, but aged enough where it's really smooth. So we're gonna say that if you're having a dinner party, you're going to match it with the Gouda. And we're gonna finish our glasses and then we're gonna move on to the white wine. Okay. We're back. We are now going to try the white wine. I kind of think that we should have tried it first because it's sunny out. But since it's a dessert wine, this is not as customary, but I wanted to drink it in a Prosecco or a champagne flute just because it's more of a dessert wine. So, this is a very sweet Riesling. Oh, there's some effervescence.
Love bubbles.
Okay. So, with Riesling, you have 3 different types. You have a super sweet Riesling, you have a medium Riesling, and a super dry Riesling. I don't like a super dry Riesling because the Riesling is supposed to be sweet. I like mine super sweet, almost like candy. What about you?
Yeah, I like it sweet, especially if I'm having it for dessert.
Yeah, I agree. And Riesling has a cousin. It's called Gewürztraminer. It's a German wine. It is my favorite wine. If you know me, you know that that is my favorite wine because it goes great with Thai food because it has papaya notes, banana, more like a tropical fruit. It's just some food for thought. So we're gonna try this wine.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. If this was colder,
I was just gonna say,
okay.
a little colder, we should have started, but no, I mean, we weren't gonna start dessert and then have a
Before-
full body
yeah,
wine,
you're right.
so it's okay in the direction we're having this. We should just kept it a little more chill, but it's
I
not
agree.
bad.
So when I'm drinking this, one flavor is super shooting out of me. So I want to guess if my mom can guess it. What flavor? Instantly. What is it that you taste? And this is what you should taste when you taste a Riesling.
Well-
besides the peach.
For me, I'm taking another little sip.
It's so obvious.
Pear?
It's not a fruit.
Not a fruit. If it's not a fruit, I don't know.
It's honey.
Oh, the sweetness. Okay.
It tastes like they took
Yeah.
honey and pear and put it into this. You know what? I'm so glad I chose this wine because I was like, do I want something very sweet or mildly sweet? And I said, if I want something sweet, I'm gonna go all the way. This wine is delicious. And this brand, Chateau Saint Michel,
Yeah.
is a really good brand, and it's really good. It's a great price. I mean, I think this was what, $12?
Yeah. We've had this. It's
Yeah. The thing is, though, with Chateau Saint Michel, you need to see what the age is. This was 2018. The older with this brand, the better, for sure. And it was also a vintage wine, so if you don't know, vintage means that they've worked with like a vintner to, you know, classify that year as it being ideal in terms of the amount of sun the grape got, the amount of days it rained. So this was a vintage as well. So that was so I wasn't too apprehensive, even though it was a young wine, because it was a vintage.
Got it. It's good. It's good. I didn't taste the honey until
Wait.
you brought it to my attention, but now I really taste it. I still taste the pear too.
This is really good. Okay, so this goes amazing with goat cheese. I'm really excited to try this goat cheese. And goat cheese, if you don't know, goes amazing with prosciutto. So we have some prosciutto, goat cheese. I'm gonna put a spread for us. So let's have a bite.
No.
That goat cheese, wow.
Well, that's lunch.
Mm.
This is all you need for lunch.
I love goat cheese, wow. So, we went to Whole Foods today to the cheese section, and I think if you ever want to make a true charcuterie board, you should either go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. They have the best quality cheese. This cheese was a little circle in the specialty cheese section was $3, and this was a goat cheese from Spain compared to the goat cheese that you could buy in the regular cheese section in the little cylinders. This was cheaper and way better quality, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It was also, I think, on sale, maybe. Well, I'm forgetting about the wine because this tastes so good.
It's really amazing cheese too.
Well,
And
that-
with the prosciutto, it just stands out. It just heightens it.
Okay, so that it went like super amazing with the cheese. I mean,
It's robust, I'm telling you.
oh my goodness, that goes
Yeah.
so well with the prosciutto, and then you take a sip of the wine.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's lunch.
I feel that a lot of people say they don't like wine because they don't know how to match what they're eating with the wine they're drinking, or they're simply just not drinking good wine. But when you find the harmony of between the food and the wine, you'll always want to drink wine with what you're eating, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
So I want to thank you all for watching our video today, and I hope that we've helped you today prepare some dinner party pairings. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. We'd love to hear more requests. What is the wine that you want to drink that you're not curious what it goes with? I'd love to help you figure it out. So please let us know.